Thigpen is finally caught. And he's in sick bay, ready to go to the vets tomorrow for his arm. It's been a busy vet couple of days with the medical side.
So I'm not sure if you can see it, but Thigpen's left arm, he's not moving it really well, and it's been a day or two inside the troop that we've become worried about him. He's been very, very difficult to trap, but finally everybody's managed to trap him. He's not moving his left arm very well, so we're quite concerned about that. He seems to have injured it in some way, so we're going to send him through to the vet and try and see what the problem is or what's actually going on. As you can see, it's not always an easy task to take the monkeys to the vets. We're fortunate to have these special crush cages so that the vets can also see the animal very easily. You just pull up those handles on the side, and of course the floor raisers, which is great, but of course they do have quite a bit of a weight. We keep the monkey in the one side while traveling, so he's protected from the wind, covered in a blanket, so you can't really see what's going on. It helps keep them calm until we get to the vet's practice and they can have a look and see what's going on.
Right, we've just been to the vet. He's just had his x-ray and he's still a bit wheezy from the sedation, but unfortunately he has a pretty bad fracture in the humerus on the right arm, and he's going to require some further surgery to put a pin in, so it's going to be a long recovery for him. Well, for now we get him back to the sanctuary and he get the rest over the weekend, and we'll come back on Monday.
So Thigpen's got quite a bit of a fracture, so he's going to be taken through to the vets on Monday. You can actually see how it's broken here, and hopefully they can put a pin in and get him sorted out.
Just leave it open. So we've got a Thigpen. He's back. Unfortunately, he didn't get sorted yet. Because he broke his arm rather than just dislocate, which mean on Monday he needs to go back, and on Monday he will need to get a pin.
So we're not really too sure how this actually happened. If he fell out of a tree or something. It's not common for monkeys to get these kind of breaks, but he must have somehow got his arm twisted or caught in something to cause such a serious fracture. So we're going to have to get him back as soon as we can. So his appointment's for Monday, and so it's all organized so that the vets can take him in early and get this pin put in, and hopefully that should sort him out. But as I say, at the moment it's still quite a mystery of how all of that occurred.
Just 1 second.
Hold on, just take that.
So for Thigpen, it means he will be restricted to this one side of the crush cage. So he will be rather upset with that. But if he moves around too much, he will hurt his arm even more. Hi, cutie petite. So yeah, he will need to.
It's probably the calmest and most relaxed you'll see a monkey, especially after sedation. They look so cuddly and lovable when they're fast asleep, but I'm sure that's going to change once he realizes where he is and once he wakes up again and he's got full understanding of what's going on. He's really not going to be too happy with us, but unfortunately just something this little guy's got to go through. For whatever happened, we need to get his arm sorted.
Okay, so here we have Thigpen. Let's say hi to Thigpen after his surgery. So he had... Hi! Very curious, huh? Good boy. He has a broken arm, so they put a pin in. And he will need some rest for a while. Are you hungry, my boy? What are you doing? I think you're hungry. Long day, huh? Yeah, we will get you something in a second. Swimming is impossible.
Well, little Thigpen's back. He's had the pin put into his arm. He's looking a lot better. I think it's irritating him a little bit, but it's been done very, very nicely. So he's just going to have to be on light duty for a while, and in a smaller cage just so it heals up a little bit before we basically can release him back into his main enclosure. But he's going to spend a little bit of time here with us in sick bay.
So Thigpen is back from his surgery. He's very thirsty, so we let him drink a little bit, and once he has drank, we will then offer him some food, give him some meds. But he seems to be good spirits, doing good, very curious already. So looks good.
Well, I think Thigpen has come to terms with his shaved arm and shoulder. He's not licking it like he was where you saw earlier. He seems to settle in. You can see how well it heals, which is also a very remarkable thing with these vervets. They heal so quickly that within like a week you're not going to say he even had a mark there. Yeah, the hair will certainly take a lot longer to grow back. But that'll be something. So we'll keep updated. We might get 1 or 2 videos, and hopefully we'll see him going back to his enclosure. But we're going to now progress with the update on some of the naughtier monkeys, and of course the crossest little monkey we ever came or arriving at the foundation, Sassafras. We're just going to have a look what he looked like when he started, and we looked like now in the end. Well, I'm sure you all remember the angriest little monkey we ever did rescue. I really don't know what this little guy went through, but this is the crossest little monkey so far that we've ever come across. Just look at that face. Can you believe little Sassafras, when he first got here, what he actually looked like? He just wanted to take it out on everybody. He wasn't having any of this. I mean, even giving him cuddles didn't even put a little smile on this little guy's face. I don't know, he's evidently seen the worst in the world. He's really not happy, and really ready to take it out on anybody. Poor Shelby, this was her first rescue that she did, and it was such a memorable occasion because this tiny little monkey made her so scared she couldn't even touch him. She just sort of sat in the corner, and this little guy was just tormenting her the whole way around. But what a little monkey! So it's amazing to see what little Sassafras eventually turned out to be. But yeah, he was really angry. I'm not too sure what happened, but as I say, poor Shelby had the worst time of her life. She thought she was going to get a cute little monkey to look after, and we got this little one. Well, just have a look at the difference now in that little face. You can even see the little line smiling on the side of her face. It's not that cross little monkey that first came in. So hopefully she has forgiven whatever happened in the beginning of her little life. And she's looking so much better. Very happy with Mom Renee here, and really eating nicely. But all I'm happy to see is the whole difference in her whole persona, from that really angry, cross little monkey, really cross with life, how she's actually changed now, sort of coming out of herself, really enjoying herself, eating, very happy and dependent on her mom, and completely different monkey to what she was really in the beginning. So very nice to see this.
Here is a bit of an update on Sassafras. As you can see, she's got a super beautiful black face. She is making massive friends with all of the babies, as well as all of the juvies. She is doing super well in troop, and we are extremely proud of her. And we cannot wait for her to grow up and to become even more beautiful, going from a juvie to an adult. And we are just super proud of her and her development. She is quite wild, so she is usually the most difficult to find, but she is absolutely gorgeous, and she's bonded really well with the troop, socializing well and just doing well in general.
Well, as Dimitri said, a very hard monkey to find and get hold of, so she's filmed from quite a distance. She doesn't come close to people, so evidently hasn't forgiven the people for what they did to her. But she's adapted so well in the troop, and very nice to see her progress. This is now in September.
Indy investigating the water bowl. So he just had a bath, so he's extra fluffy and a little bit itchy, just getting all that water off. Baby 16 seems to be a bit hungry. We can offer him some milk.
So this is little Olaf with Indy before he got his name, and referred to here as number 16. Little Indy is quite easy to identify if you saw a little bit earlier on. If you just have a look at her ears, her left ear's got quite a cut in it. So it is quite easy to recognize her every now and again, because that cut, of course, is just going to stay with her for the rest of her life. But yeah, she's playing a little bit with Olaf.
Right into play. So that is baby 16 on the left and Indy on the right. Baby Indy just woke up from a nap and now he's ready to explore. While Orphan 16 is still having a nap. He just fell asleep.
Well, aren't these the cutest little faces that you've ever seen. Little Olaf is quite amazing, and so is little Indy. I'm not too sure who's the cutest of either one of them. Little Indy, he's got like a little mouse kind of look to him. But if you remember, he was found on the side of the road. We assume Indy's mom was knocked over by a car, where Olaf, there was rumour that they were caught in a snare. I mean, it's so hard to say that this is little Indy, but of course the ear there is a giveaway. Just see how it sort of split open, so a lot easier to see who little Indy is, and really having a whale of the time. There's mom just making sure they both behave themselves, and here he's enjoying some papaya. But again, as I say, you can see easily who he is, and probably going to be recognizable throughout his whole life, because of that little cut, or because of the little ear that was injured when he was found. But just look at the change and how happy this little monkey has basically become.
Little boy. He's had about 14 mils of rehi and 10 mils of milk. So he's a bit more hydrated at the moment. We still have quite a journey ahead of us towards the foundation. So he's just having a little bit of a nap at the moment, which is good. He was crying a bit looking out the window earlier. The shock of losing his mum hitting him. But yeah, luckily he doesn't seem to be having any injuries, which is good. But yeah. So here we have the little boy. As you can see, he's quite upset, also being a bit cheeky, giving us an eyebrow. But that's just because he's old enough to know that humans aren't really supposed to be part of the picture. His mum would have taught him that humans are not a species that you tend to go to. Yeah, he is calling out for her, which is normal. It's part of their grieving process. Obviously we do offer him comfort, but you also sometimes they just need a cry.
So look how well little Venolia turned out. Really got his little black face. This is a very, very recent little video of him. But yeah, very traumatic in the beginning, as you can see there, having just lost his mom and sort of realized what was going on. But it's so nice really to see the changes and how remarkable these changes actually are once they've settled into the troop and becoming little monkeys, and really just nice to see that happening. So nice to compare just the beginning of how scared and worried little Enolia was to what is now become fully integrated into the troop, getting on very, very well. Really, you can see that little sweet corn moustache of his around his mouth, really loving the sweet corn. I must admit it does taste really great. And of course here's getting some cuddles from Uzga with Sarala there on the right hand side, while he's now enjoying some citrus. So of course in this point we really coming to the end of the citrus season. It's late in September and all that's coming to end, but just look how well Nalia has actually settled in here, loving the other monkeys, got a new mom, and you know, this is just great seeing that they're now part of the troop and basically settled in. Little Olaf getting some rehi, but yeah, it's just amazing how small these little guys are when they first get you, and how quickly they actually grow up.
Olaf enjoying a groom while laying down on a hot water bottle.
So of course this period of time is a little bit cold for these little ones, so just got to make sure that they do keep the correct temperature, especially when they come in at this age, because just remember, if they're hugging onto mom, she'll be quite warm as it is.
Here we have Indy.
Little Indy, as I said earlier, very recognizable with that marking on her ear. And here we're back to little Olaf, really enjoying a little bit of a groom, and Indy coming in, just trying to see what's going on, probably trying to get a little bit of a groom herself, but yeah, both of them doing very well.
After running around and climbing, oh, he's awake again. But after climbing around a bit and having a milk drink, baby number 16 is slowly falling in.
Well, it's certainly one way of telling that they feeling comfortable, secure and safe is that they basically can just fall asleep where they actually are. So it is kind of great. You know, this one's feeling safe and happy where it is.
We have quite a cute scene. So this is Maggie holding Olaf from Engelke Troop. There at the back we have another female and Kristen on the branch, and the one that is coming quite close to the screen is Thigpen here at the bottom.
It's so great to just take the opportunity to look back and see what these little ones first looked like when they actually came in, and how well they're actually doing now and settled into these troops and got a whole new family. And this is really because of the hard work and dedication of a fantastic team of volunteers and staff members who really put their time in to make the difference for every single one of these animals, and also every one of you out there that is watching, helping us get new followers, contributing in every way you can, just from watching the adverts, from sharing our other social media channels. Those of you that are fortunate enough that can actually donate on a monthly basis. This is all possible because of everybody, not just one person. It's everybody out there working together, helping to make a difference in these little animals' lives, and we're really grateful for that. So from all the monkeys at the foundation here, thank you. Hope you enjoyed this little bit of an update, and we'll see you next week's one.